Hey, good morning, guys. So you're probably asking yourself, why is he, well, first of all, why is he wearing this thing? So as you know, that's a heating pad. I've been suffering from a lot of back pain lately. Um, and then this morning for breakfast, I'm gonna have two of these. I don't know if you guys have ever tried these. I'm not a sponsor, but hmm, they're very good, guys. And pretty much, I'm gonna go through on this episode. I want to go through the whole routine of what I do in the mornings, pretty much. As far as you already know, I dive into that water down back there. Right now it's 42 degrees, so I only dip my legs pretty much. I did my full body a couple of days ago, and it kind of got me a little dizzy. So I'm like, the last thing I need is for my wife to come home and find me floating. So I kind of ask her whenever she's available to kind of keep an eye on me as I'm in there, like I'm a 2-year-old. But hmm, I'll show you some of the other stuff I do. Right now my stomach's a little bit upset. I think it's because I've been feeding it a lot of garbage lately. And so we're trying to get that under control. So, join me. Let's eat. Alright guys, so these will be the tools that we will be using today. Some of you may be familiar with some of these already. These are some of the stuff that I use personally to help me deal with my back pain. Obviously that and inflammation medication if need be. Like always guys, check with a healthcare provider. Yesterday we did a video in regards to anxiety. Same thing, the number one thing is check with your healthcare provider. I'm giving you tips and tricks that have worked for me and my family. Again, I'm not a doctor. These are just things that have worked for me. If these are not relieving your pain and you don't feel a big difference, definitely immediately go check with a provider. I know sometimes it's financially very difficult for us to do that. So if it's mild pain and you can tell that it's working, keep at it, guys. I'll show you some amazing, cool tips and tricks that have worked for me and my family and my friends. And but again, you always want to check with a healthcare provider. Same thing with anxiety. You want to always, number one, check with a healthcare provider. That would be my number one tip. I forgot to mention that in my last video because I believe that before it becomes even worse, and they'll give you similar tips. Most of the tips that I have, they're from books that I've read from, very famous doctors and psychologists and professionals. But again, I'm not. I'm just forwarding the information that I have gathered from professionals that have worked for me personally. So that's pretty much what I do. So let's go ahead and get started on this routine, kind of show you guys what I do, a couple of tips. You might like this. Now, these things are pretty expensive. In particular, the gun, this one right here that I have taped up to this stick, that's a $350 gun. Now, I get a lot of people tell me the same thing, like, hey Gio, how come you spend so much? Yeah, Leo over there trying to get out, trying to get in actually. People ask me like, hey Gio, like, how come you spend so much money on these items? Like, guys, our mind and our body are the two most important things that we own in this planet, besides our kids and that type of thing. But I mean, for us personally, if we're not okay, then we can't be there for our kids. We can't be there for our family, for our friends. So we have to take care of ourselves. So the most important thing is to take care of your body, to take care of our minds. And we forget that. I'm guilty of doing that. I'm extremely guilty. I don't do something sometimes till it starts to be an issue. And sometimes you don't need to do that. You can, I notice me personally, when I foam roll every day, just a little bit, man, like I don't get to this point where I'm at right now, where I'm, heating pads and it's kind of like, pushing the panic button a little bit on, drinking medication. But with a pandemic, you're not going to be able to go to the doctor right now. They're not going to see you. So we got to kind of take care of it at home as much as we can. That's pretty much it. So let's get started on that. Let's see. So guys, let's get started. First of all, okay guys, so this one is a classic foam roller. Guys, pretty self-explanatory. Put that on your back and pretty much out. Find all those little spots, guys. Get a puppy to lick your face as you're doing it. That's very important part of the process. And pretty much you're just gonna do this, guys. Find a little tender spot, kind of hold it there a little bit, maybe 30 seconds, just breathe. Have a puppy kiss you randomly. That's part of the deal. So that one, guys, that's a foam roller. Pretty self-explanatory. They're not that expensive. You can get those on Amazon. There used to be one whole big one like this, like that. I actually cut it because I find that this one is easier to do the sides whenever I want to foam roll the sides like this. Yeah, and I get in there, hold a lot of tightness, especially if you work in an office job. Sometimes I just lay on it like this. Just let it kind of under the armpit a little bit on the side. Oh, that feels really good. Pretty much that one. And then I cut a half of one of the pieces. I use that primarily for the chest. You know, just lay it down like this on top of it. Sometimes when you have that tightness in the chest, make sure not to lay it on the sternum. Do it on the muscly part of this area. Muscly for some of us, and I mean myself, not necessarily that muscly there. That chest is one of my fattier areas. Well, most of me is a fattier area, but yeah, guys, this half one, you put it pretty much, lay it on the side of your pec, and just lay on it, and it'll release. Just breathe in pretty deep, breathe in and out, guys. Also, this one. All these things, guys, I just go to the store and pay $1,000 and buy these things. This one is, I bought these over the period of time, and then they're chewed by Leo, that little guy. This one's pretty awesome, guys, because this one, you just kind of find the area and just lay on there. Stretch it out. For you office workers, kind of stretch out the pecs, the back, just lay there. Have a random baby just appear in the camera, and pretty much just lay there for 5 minutes, guys. And you'll get that nice stretch in the pecs, also in the back. If you work with computer a lot, this is a really good one. And finally, guys, well, not finally, but before we get to the final, is the acupuncture. It's the acupuncture mat. This one, you have to have your shirt off, and you pretty much lay there for about 20-30 minutes. I do 40. You can do up to an hour, I believe. Maybe 40 minutes. You're going to want to check. Also comes with a back pillow. I don't really use the back pillow just because it's incredibly painful on the neck. I personally can't physically stand it. It's just too much. It's like laying on pins. You take off your shirt. This one, though, guys, works a million times. Like, if I use it every day, which I will start using it again because I have not had back pain like this in a while. If you use it every day, it really helps. Like, you literally can get a lot of satisfaction from using it, and you'll feel a lot of relief from using that. Now, my last one, this one, I taped it to a stick. This is the Terragun, the hyperized, I don't know, it was about, this was very popular in, look at that, it's got 3 different speeds. I don't use the last speed because I find the last speed to be a little too aggressive. But pretty much I add it to the stick because I have short hands and I'm not able to reach these areas. So you go like this, you got to get in there into the scapula type areas. Just run it along like this, guys. Oh man, this is a real game changer, guys. People always tell me, like, you paid $350 for a massage gun. It's like, guys, it's an investment in yourself, in your life, in your health. I mess up enough with my bad diets and my bad habits. These are the things that keep me going, because if I can't keep going, I can't be there for others. So I have to take care of myself, guys. And this is, look at it as you waste money on food all the time that's killing us, and over the life of, over in a 3-month period, you've already probably wasted half of what this gun is worth on eating out in the street. That's not really being, helping you at all. So people always tell me like, hey, he's trying to get something that's stuck in my shoe. People always tell me like, you spent all that money. It's like, yeah, I spent all that money. Like, I'm not spending on it on anything else, and I'm saving up for it and all that stuff. And guys, this one is a real game changer. If you 10 minutes of this in the problem areas, there you go. And like always, guys, the first 3 days that you start feeling the injury type deal, you want to ice it. I use the coldest water. I believe that's the brand. That's the cold pad I use, and then I have a UV light, red light, supposed to penetrate 3 times more than a regular hot pad. So yeah, pretty much that's what I do, guys, to try to heal myself, to get myself back into some type of a shape. It's not easy. As we start to get older, we start to kind of wear down a little bit. We're always striving to be better. Again, guys, I'm not a doctor. Check with your provider before you start any of these routines, diets, or anything like that. You're going to want to check with a provider. And like always, guys, I'm just trying to give you tips that have been working for me. And so please go ahead, like, subscribe, comment below. And, I'm hope that, these things help you. Stay safe, guys. Join me next time on Let's Eat.